Hello and welcome to another episode of Blackjack Movies. I'm your host, Pat Hilke, taking you through the journey of the best damn movie podcast on the internet. I am here once again with the co-pilot of the ship, Brett Gutierrez. What's up, Brett?
What is up, Pat, and what is up, listeners? It's Thursday, March the 8th, and we are bringing you a Blackjack instant review of Red Sparrow, starring Jennifer Lawrence. We're going to roll with it because we've had too many mess-ups already. Yes, starring Jennifer Lawrence.
There you go, man. All right.
And Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton's,
That's true, yeah.
Big
sure.
name. The other big name in this movie.
So as we do always, we give you the good, we give you the bad, we'll give you the Blackjack Movies rating out of 10. Let's start with the good. Brett, I think I'm going to start this week.
Yeah,
usually I let you roll first.
Go ahead, man. There's a lot of good to go around on this one, so I don't think there'll be a lack of...
No, but this is the best part of this movie. You want to know what it is?
I'm a little bit hesitant to ask, but what is it, Pat? Tell the people.
This is not Mother.
Oh, it is so not Mother. Oh, yeah, you were right, man.
Right?
The recovery game strong.
For sure. Like, this is not Mother. So, Jennifer Lawrence, you did your thing, man. You did your thing.
Thank goodness, man.
All right, man. Start us off. For real. Start us off with the good.
Of the good? There's a lot of good to talk about Red Sparrow, man. I mean, my expectations were pretty... middle of the road for this movie.
Expectations was, okay, give us some good action, and we know she gets naked.
Yeah. Well,
that was the expectation.
That's Pat's expectation. I don't really care Jennifer Lawrence getting naked. We talked at length about that, ad nauseum almost.
All right, if it was Alicia Vikander, then you'd be all right.
But yeah, we were thinking maybe like, okay, Atomic Blonde, maybe a little bit more super spy than that. But like that, and we would have been happy. This is way different than that.
I was expecting James Bond meets Atomic Blonde. Yeah. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
This is different.
Way better than that. This is so...
psychological,
grounded,
man.
real, realistic. Yes, a total psychological thriller, a total freaking mind F.
Yeah, and they get you right away, man.
Yeah. Did it get you early?
Well, the very before they ran the title of the movie, and I guess we'll do spoilers.
Let's just go for it.
Spoilers,
man.
okay. The spoilers.
This one.
And it's been out for a couple weeks now, but before they even put the title up, her leg gets Theismann.
Oh yeah. She's a beautiful ballerina. The whole thing, they're cutting to two scenes between Joel Edgerton and him and her, and then in the ballet, this dude just crushes her leg.
Theismann. It was Theismann, and from that,
it was Lawrence. It was Lawrence.
Yeah,
killing Theismann.
And I was like, I can't. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really catches you off guard.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, like there was audible noise in the theater when that happened.
Yeah, people were cringing, and there is some moments in this movie that theme carries where your jaw will hit the ground at some of the stuff that happens in this movie.
For sure,
it's on multiple occasions. The bus scene, dude. That I was not expecting either.
No, they caught you off guard.
Nancy Botman.
Yeah, it caught you off guard. The fight scene towards the end of the film is awesome. Amazing. It really is.
Like, it reminds you of good Jason Bourne fights. Where it's, dang, that was really awesomely done.
But just the psychological trauma that she has to go through is crazy. Like, and like you said, it's grounded in like a reality of this is not far-fetched.
Yeah, this is not James Bondy. This is not over the top with Atomic Blonde and the action.
Right.
This is like,
it's gritty. Yeah,
it's gritty and it is nasty. And for some reason, I'm able to believe that she's able to pull this off because maybe she's such a freaking good actress, or that they just, the filming and the writing and everything was just so real. Whatever the case is, man, I believe it.
I think it's a mixture, man.
And you don't want to F with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, no, I think it's a mixture. And the thing is that she's not out there just busting people's ass.
No.
Like, she gets into a couple of scraps and she takes her licks.
Figures out, right? And figures it out.
But she's mentally with it, and that's the part that when you're watching the film, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And
yeah, if you're going for cheap thrills with, you see Jennifer Lawrence nude scene.
Yeah, it's not
really what you're looking for.
No.
All the sex in this movie is extremely twisted.
For sure.
And effed up. And it just brings me back to that scene where she's in the classroom, Pat, and they're like, hey, this dude fucked Jennifer Lawrence, and she just immediately demasculates him into nothing.
Yeah. And he can't even do it. He can't get it up.
Dude leaves in pieces and puddles, and you're just like, oh my god, she just mind effed him
for sure
into nothing.
Mm-hmm. And you see it from that point. And one of the things I liked, at the very end, they go back and they show, like, because there's a twist at the end, and they show, like, all the scenes that led up to that twist and how from the very beginning she was planning this whole thing.
That was pretty helpful.
And it's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty helpful. I mean, obviously, I'm slow at these kind of movies. You know, I never really get it. Jason Bourne movies, I still don't know what's going on. And I've watched them a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little slow. I will be a little bit slow in Red Sparrow as well. You had to lean over to me. And
I did.
I was so confused.
It's here.
And then Pat was like, hey, one of those guys.
It's one of them.
And then I was like, oh, okay.
And
I was like, oh, okay, I think. And then I just kind of got held back on board. But whatever, man. Even if you're dumb like me, you know, they kind of spell it out a little bit at the end there. And it really comes together. And you just are absolutely mind blown with the twist at the end of this movie.
Yeah, it's super good. You know what? And there's the other things, are the little things of, like, the chemistry between Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Lawrence. I really dug.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, two super spies that are trained in, you know, sex and seduction and espionage, and watching them play this cat and mouse game
how they play off
with
of
each other.
Man, it's really good.
And the whole time I'm like, man, who has the power here? Is it Joel?
You couldn't really tell, man.
Is it Jennifer Lawrence? I think Jennifer Lawrence had the power the whole time, but
for sure she did. But it's one of those things, like, as you're going through the film, though, you can't tell, like, who has the power, who's really running one of the games,
one of the show, you know? Yeah. Who's running the game, who's running the show. You know, all of it is up in the air, and you as the moviegoer are just as confused, and it's awesome, actually.
Yeah, because really awesome. It's rare that we find a film that it will give us that big of a twist with a suspense thriller vibe, you know. Mm-hmm. And so it's definitely one that I would recommend out there.
Yeah, I mean, what else do we need to talk about, man? I mean, the music carried really well through that movie.
For sure, and the classical pieces, because it's set Budapest, Moscow, like, you get, and she's a ballerina, so you get all of these. So every classical piece that they bring in as the part of the score it fits perfectly with the film.
Yeah,
you know, and just the way it's shot, I'll give it up to the director. His name escapes me right now, but I give it up to him because the way that it's shot, it's in a way of, like, it's not too bright, you know, like, it's not dark, like the way that the film is, but it's not bright either. So it's in this middle vein of, like,
you're talking about their sets, right?
Yeah, like, you feel the grittiness. It makes you feel like it's right there in the real world, and
all, down to the hotel rooms, down to the ballrooms, everything about it. You're right.
Awesome.
It carries the theme of grittiness and darkness and twistedness. Oh man, is it twisted?
For sure.
Real twisted. And I love it. Yeah. And, you know, at the same time. So, man, I think we praised the heck out of this thing.
For sure. I really enjoyed it, man.
Let's get to the bad?
The only thing I would say, and we mentioned it throughout the movie, then when we left the theater, and I just want to mention it here too, this movie could have easily been a prequel to Avengers using Black Widow. This could have been a Black Widow and Hawkeye movie.
Yeah.
And done perfect.
But if you replace the two actors with Scarlett Johansson and
Renner.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
That would be trash. It would be so trash. This movie would be
just because I don't know if ScarJo can carry her own film for Black Widow. I don't know
if Renner can carry that either. Joel Edgerton is a beast.
Yeah, he is. That
dude
awesome,
can act.
Dude. Yes, he can.
Renner, we saw him in Jason Bourne, in the Jason Bourne remake. He's on the level of Scarlett Johansson in terms of acting ability.
I like Renner in some things, man. I like ScarJo in some things, but you're right. Like, I don't know. They're not these two.
They are not.
No, they're not these two.
And that would have been.
They're not these two. But it's one of those things. Like, I'm talking about story wise.
Like, it totally fits into the Marvel universe somehow, which is really weird.
You could have easily, like, if you just,
replace some names and then change the ending just a tweak.
Exactly. Like, it really is a Black Widow movie. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And as we're going through it, like, like I said, Jennifer Lawrence does not go in and just wreck shop like Scarlett Johansson does.
She's not flipping around and putting people between her legs.
Yeah, she doesn't do that. But minus that part.
And Hawkeye shooting arrows at people.
Right.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, he's not shooting arrows.
He didn't have no bow and arrow.
But, like, I mean, that's the comic book part, right?
Yeah.
Set in a real world situation.
I get you, Pat. I get you.
Oh my god!
But you gotta let it go, bro. I know how
No,
awesome.
I'm digging it. Like I almost want to just say, you know what? I'm gonna change the names myself
And then just go with
and
it.
like dub it over. And so like every time they say her name, I'll just put, you know, Black Widow, Natasha. I'll just put Natasha
Romanoff.
for you know, Katiana or whatever her name was in the
Dominica.
movie. Well, it was like 2, right?
Oh, she had a bunch of different.
Yeah.
Well, she had a bunch of different aliases.
And so like, you know, just change her name to that, and I'm good. Like,
and the red hair. She got to have the red hair in some.
No,
scenes.
because Black Widow got blonde hair in the new Avengers
I know,
movie.
but well, I mean, she had to have started her with red hair.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, come on, man. Like,
I get you back.
oh man,
All right,
I'm telling you, man. It got me excited for Avengers. I'm telling you, this movie got me excited for. Not to mention, we saw a Deadpool trailer. In
Oh,
the
that
movie,
Deadpool, that
man.
Deadpool trailer where you saw Cable for the first time.
With the green arm.
Oh man, with the CGI sleeve.
So good. Wow,
Deadpool,
this thing's
he's
going
so
off
good.
the rails
Oh,
right
it's
now.
going off the rails. We
All
had
right,
too
the
much
bad.
fun at this
The
movie
bad.
tonight. The bad, man. I mean, we're getting.
It's not a lot.
There's nothing really that sticks out,
The movie's 2 hours and 25 minutes.
but it didn't burn.
No, but it doesn't-
I looked down and I
Yeah.
checked on it because I was like, "Whoa, this movie's good."
It's
and
going.
It's still going.
It's still going.
Um,
Yeah, no, it wasn't like it was bad. Like I was sitting there like, oh my God, how long is this movie? But it's 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to be able to.
it's a commitment.
Yes, because, you know, it's pretty close to 3 hours when you count, you know, credits and
Trailers.
So, I mean, if you're going to go see it in the theater, like you got to put aside 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I
Grab a
mean,
bite
that's
to eat first.
that's like the bad.
Which isn't even bad because it was such a good. Like, how can you say Dr. Zhivago was a bad movie because it took freaking forever? You know,
No, I
Schindler's
agree.
List. They're great movies because they take a long time to tell.
I agree.
This is a great freaking
Like
movie.
that's what I'm saying. Like this is the bad. Like it's
Yeah.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
I mean, I guess,
And that's
I guess
not even
if
that bad
if
because I
take-
enjoyed the movie.
And I praise this movie for being so grounded, but I guess even still, like, you're a ballerina. I mean, maybe that they didn't pick. If they didn't pick her to be a ballerina at first, it would have made it a little bit better for me for some reason.
I don't know because
Like, do you imagine a ballerina being able to be so quick to you
do
know?
what though? Like she didn't.
To
Like I
learn
said, she didn't
and-
beat anybody's ass.
No. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
physically. If anything, a ballerina is physically in great shape, but just so mentally a step ahead of everybody. All they do is just say, "You've always been a step ahead. You've always been smart."
That's
I
basically
guess,
what they said. You
yeah,
know,
I guess
that's what the uncle
you know,
said throughout the movie. It was
You've
like,
always been able to read
you
people
know,
and be smart.
yeah, like I've
And stay a step ahead. And I just, for some reason, I don't know. I guess it was just bugged me that she was a ballerina. I don't know why. Other than that, that's so stupid. That's such a stupid thing to call bad.
I know. Like,
I love the
dug it,
uncle.
man.
I love the uncle in this movie too. He was badass. He was also
was.
in the Alicia Vikander movie with the Danish girl. I liked him in
Oh,
that movie
okay,
too.
okay.
He was Alicia Vikander's other love interest. You know, all the actors, all the supporting actors, I think were fine.
I like how you bring it back to Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I did one more time.
I know.
Tomb Raider.
He's looking forward to next.
Tomb Raider's
week's
coming out next week,
screening.
everybody.
Yes, he's looking forward to next week's screening for sure. All right, no, I don't have any bad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's not
Give
a
me
10.
more.
The movie's not a 10.
It's
But
up there.
like, I'm not. Like, it's really nitpicky to be like, okay, well, in this one scene, like, I don't think you needed to this or you didn't need to that or whatever. But like pacing, the movie moves freely and slowly through. Like, there's no like dead spot where you're like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
see,
that
I
scene
never
didn't
said, "Oh,
fit.
this is getting boring."
Yeah,
or,
no. Like
no.
the movie's long, but it's okay because Braveheart was long.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of great movies that are really long. There's no pacing problems with Braveheart.
No, I mean, The Force Awakens is 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine.
you know, just know that you're going to the theater for 3 hours. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man.
Yeah. All right, let's get to
Ratings,
the
man.
ratings. Do you want to? You go first. You go first.
I'll go first. Okay. So, on the Blackjack Movies rating out of 10, I am going to give Red Sparrow a 8.7.
Man,
I think.
with all the love that we gave it, it just feels low for some reason.
It does.
Pat.
It does. But, I mean, 8.7, almost a 9. Like, I dug it.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
I dug it. Like, it's not a 10. It's not a 10, but
To me,
it's up there. It's
to
up
me,
there.
I think it's approaching, man. I
And
think
if
this
you
might
put
be,
Marvel right in front of it, then it's a 10. Like,
I mean,
it's
like
a Black Widow movie.
Like we said, I think expectations always come into a play.
Yeah.
For me personally, they come into a big play for my rating
Mm-hmm.
because if I go in, I'm really loving something and it falls short, it gets dinged. And if
it
you go
does.
in, if I came in off Mother, we
That's
came in
true.
off
Okay.
Mother.
All right. It's a 9.2. It's a
There we go,
9.2
man.
because Mother. Like, that was the first good that we said. It was Mother. Like,
yeah. So,
it's not Mother.
This may be my favorite sort of spy action thriller I can think of. This is better than the Jason Bourne movies to me. This is better than... what else would you even think of?
Man.